Tantor here with the Washington football team first half of the season recap. We just finished the bye week, so it's as good as time as any to give you Tantor's take on his favorite professional football team, the Washington Redskins. Whoops, I said it. Redskins. Always will. Get over it. Look, we're 2-6 at the bye, almost halfway through 8 games. We're lucky to be 2-6. If it wasn't for a giant defensive lineman jumping off sides and a J.D. McKissick playing Superman against the Atlanta Falcons, we'd be 0-8. We deserve to be 0-8. We're playing that poorly. We'll just take a higher look, and then we'll drill down a little bit. Our defense is the root cause of how poorly we are playing in our record. Overall defense yards per game, we're ranked 29th at 389.4 yards per game that we're giving up. 29th in the league, okay? That's just bad. And we're still ranked 29th in points allowed. We're allowing 28.4 points per game on average. It's miserably bad. And then we're allowing 286.8 yards a game passing. That's last 32 in the league. You want to know why we're losing? Look at the defense. You don't need to look at the offense. You don't need to look at any of that. It's 100% on the defense, okay? It's 100% on the defensive coordinator, Jack Del Rio. It could easily be on Ron Rivera because he's allowing it. So we don't know what the parameters are that Del Rio's operating on, but he's doing a miserably bad job. For the latest numbers that I've seen, he's calling zone defenses about 75% of the time. And as we've said week after week after week, we don't have players to run zone defense. When the front office, there's a big disconnect between the front office and the coaching style, and which is surprising because Ron Rivera hired the 2 general managers, not one, but 2 Martins, Martin Mayhew, and we have Marty Hornick. And they brought in a cornerback that's known for his man-to-man coverage in Jackson and paid him big money. We have Fuller, a big man-to-man player there at corner. And you put them at zone, as zone cover corners. And those zone cover corners have only generated 4 interceptions this season. Yes, only 4. That's just not going to get it done. We're giving up, like I said, we're the last defense in the league against the pass. It's just horrible. So why does the general manager in the pro personnel department bring in players that don't fit a defensive scheme? I don't have the answer to that. I would say it's stupid. But that's my one answer there. There are some guys having good years on defense. Jonathan Allen has 6 sacks, leads the team. Holcomb, even though I don't think Holcomb's very good, and he's definitely not his own linebacker, he leads the team in tackles with 73. And lo and behold, Landon Collins, who I like to bag on week after week, he's second on the team in tackles with 54, and he had a great game at linebacker the last game they played. So they might have found a hole for him there. But all in all, the defense is just a train wreck. And it goes to show you that the stubbornness of our coaching staff to say this is going to be our scheme and this is what we're going to do regardless of the success rate, because there is no success rate. When you're last in the league, you're not successful. And to continue doing what doesn't work is stupidity. That's all we can say about the defense there. Offensive coordination, it's average at best. We gain 348.6 yards per game. It's 16th in the league. And we're averaging 19.5 points per game, which is 25th, which is in the bottom third. And that's why our record's in the bottom third. We're last place in the NFC East. Yes, we're even behind the Giants. Scott Turner, the offensive coordinator, I have no clue what his game plan is. Again, he's got a game plan. He's got a scheme. His players don't fit it, but he's still going ahead with his scheme. regardless of the success rate. And it's not really that successful. Although I think I could win with Taylor Heineke myself. I think I could win with him. Yeah, he's got some deficiencies. He's not the tallest guy in the world, but neither's Patrick Mahomes. His arm's not the strongest in the world, but Tom Brady's isn't either. Tom Brady's got a very weak arm. He just happens to be the greatest of all time. You have to fit your schemes to your players. So if you've got a quarterback that's got a below average arm, don't have him throw a deep out. He can't do it. But he's a heck of an athlete. Get him out on the corners to put pressure on the defense. We don't do that either. Zone reads. We don't do that either. We don't work our offense to our quarterback's strengths. We just don't do it. We do have a great wide receiver in Terry McLaurin. He's having a fine year. J.D. McKissick leads running backs in receptions in the NFL, and he's having an excellent year also. But we don't utilize the talent that we do have to maximize the potential. It's a coaching shortfall. That's my opinion. All these games we're losing, it's coaching. When Chase Young is basically on a milk carton because he's not making any plays whatsoever, what, did the guy suddenly forget how to play football? He is incredibly talented athlete. So maximize his potential. Do they do that? No. They try to box him into their system that clearly doesn't fit his athletic ability. That's on coaching too. Offense has had a lot of injuries. Yeah, that's really crippled us. All the free agents that they brought in are injured. Offensive line's injured. Other teams have injuries too. Next man up, you overcome that. You adjust your scheme. We don't adjust schemes. We're going to go out there and we're going to do what we do and hope for the best results, which just plain and simply doesn't work. Turnover differential. Yeah, we've got a negative turnover differential of -4. We've only had 4 interceptions on the year, so we're not taking the ball away from the other team. That -4 turnover differential is 26th in the NFL. Bottom line, nothing that we're doing stat-wise, nothing that we're doing is successful. And when the coaching staff continues to do the same thing that's unsuccessful, well, it's idiocy. Complete idiocy. And that leaves where our team is at. Complete idiocy. Because we could lose the rest of the games to get a top draft choice next season. Big deal. The quarterbacks aren't worth it that are coming out in the draft. No respectable free agent veteran quarterback would ever come to this team when they see how poor our coaching staff is. Things look bleak, people. We may win 2 more games the rest of the season because we do play the Eagles twice and the Giants once, Carolina, which is a dumpster fire also. So there are some opportunities to win a few games. Winning record, not a chance in hell. However, we could win a couple more games and finish 5. We get really lucky, maybe 6. Ron Rivera historically has produced teams that get better as the season goes along. They did last year. They did in Carolina. I don't know if they're going to here because the coaching has not shown me anything this season. Front office, I have no confidence in them either for the offseason. Looks like we're going to be in for another failed rebuilding project. Well, wish I had better news for you, but I don't. Hey, we will get through this like we do every single losing year for the past 25 years. But we're still Skins fans. We still suffer. And, if they announce the team name as something stupid like the Belters, I'm out.